14. Danny Green tries again. Danny Green hits another three-pointer. 11 threes already for the LA Lakers.
Coach, this is not the same heat zone that we saw. That's one pass and a wide-open shot to a shooter.
Count the basket on the foul. Danny Green wants him to take a look at it.
Here's what I'm talking about. This is a zone, but it's one pass to a shooter. We saw so much more activity when that defense was in the Eastern Conference Finals. That's bad zone defense. In fact, that's bad defense, period.
And Jimmy Butler needs to be much more active in recovering to the shot. And then Butler responded with a three-point play opportunity. That's Green's second foul.
And the Lakers had a tough time looking at the replay. Frank Vogel was forced to look at the replay just above us, which extended his time.
And the officials held on to the ball for a long time to allow Frank Vogel to get a better look at if he'd won a challenge. I see Butler with a push off there.
One. Oh.
We'll take a look at it. Come back. 3.5 remaining here in the second. A challenge from Frank Vogel.
Tangin na kasi yung pupo na yun, no? Pag nag-screen record ka, may itim sa gilid eh.
Who is USAA made for? It's made for this guy, a veteran who honorably served. And it's made for her. She's serving now. We made it for all branches and all ranks, whether they served one tour or made a career of it. We also made USAA for military spouses and their kids. USAA is easy to work with and can save you money on auto, home, and renters insurance. Become a member today. Get an insurance quote at USAA.com/quote. USAA. What you're made of, we're made for.
NBA Finals continue Friday on ABC. NBA Countdown will kick off our coverage at 8:30. Tip off Game 2 shortly after 9 Eastern. That's Friday night as the NBA Finals continue from here in the bubble. Now here's the play. Watch Jimmy Butler go down. A little bit of a push off there, and then they call the foul on Green. Now, there are other reviewable matters when you look at a challenge replay. One of the things was there a different foul tied to the same play that preceded the called foul? That might be what they're looking at. Now, they're looking at the elbow that grazed his face. Danny Green thinks it more than grazed the face. Let's bring in Steve Javie, say hello for the first time here in the NBA Finals. Longtime Finals referee. Michael, how are you tonight? Good. Steve, what did you think of that particular play?
Well, first of all, I wanted to talk about what you were saying about the officials holding the ball. I think the officials probably should have given a delay of game on the Lakers because the Lakers knew what they were doing. They were talking to the officials and complaining, and they couldn't get them lined up. So it's pretty smart on the Lakers' part. The officials have to be ready for that. On this play, I don't think the first push is much of anything whatsoever. Now the second thing is, does Danny Green jump into him, or does now Butler throw the elbow there? In my opinion, I think Butler knows exactly what he's doing, and I probably would change it to an offensive foul.
All right, thank you, Steve. Who says the Lakers were up to some trickery?
I got to give Steve credit. I love he didn't dance, didn't bob and weave, gave an explanation both sides, and then emphatically gave his point of view. Outstanding work.
Well, Green obviously took a shot right in the mouth. Still smart, and Green playing well with 8 points already. He's hit a pair of threes. Butler has been off to an excellent start with 16 points and 4 assists. But they may change that, and he would pick up his first foul. Mark Davis, the Coochie, still looking at it. We'll hear from him. This is one of the real nice things about the
Coach's challenge has been being successful as it is vertical. Danny Green jumped in a vertical position, no illegal act. The correct decision would have been no call, score the basket, LA's ball on the baseline. All right? LA retains their timeout. They still have the delay of game. Got it?
So they did get a delay of game. Well, both Jeff Van Gundy and Steve Javie were correct. So No foul on Danny Green. Successful challenge for Frank Vogel.
And not an offensive foul either.
Right. If I get elbowed in the mouth, there got to be something.
He doesn't look like he's happy, even though his challenge was successful. James spins inside, an easy pass to the basket.
And you saw that's what Boston did against the Miami zone. Set the high screen on the ball. They did it for Kemba Walker right there for James. Got him with a head of steam going to the rim.
Adebayo misses the jumper. Lakers still shooting a superb field goal percentage, 57%. James not happy that time with Caldwell Pope. Turnover number 7.
It shows you the greatness of LeBron James and playing with him. I don't need a guy on my team telling me catch it with 2 hands.
Tyler Hero back to Adebayo. Gets inside, floats it up, and a blocking foul is going to be called. LeBron James vehemently objecting to the call as he's going to pick up his first. I think that's the right call. Wasn't really a lot there. This is only the 3rd and 4th free throw attempt for Miami.
No matter how far back you go, we've never seen anything quite like this.
Wow! Tyler Hero!
This is history in the making.
Oh, it's good!
The NBA Finals. It's a whole new game.
Now 7 points, 3 boards for Adebayo. James has 7 assists here in the first half. Just over 2.5 remaining, second quarter here in game 1.
And they're going to put Tyler Hero in positions to have to guard the pick and roll. Here he switches on James.
James just drives inside.
Blocked.
Tyler Hero off the dribble. Kuzma's on him. Adebayo has to launch it, nearly banks it in. The rebound goes to Caldwell Pope.
But this Laker team is outstanding defensively. They're a terrific possession.
James falls, keeps his dribble alive, gets the pass off, stolen by Butler. Butler back to Crowder. Ball deflected, now picked up, knocked away. James got his hands on it. Green saves it. Nearly throws it away. Both players dive on the floor. And we'll have a held ball.
LeBron James looks like he's grabbing that right shoulder.
Crowder went with a suplex move when they were on the ground.
I love the fact when you look at how many guys hit the deck trying to get the basketball. It's a welcome sight.
Boy, great shot there. See James screaming in pain.
And Eric Spoelstra elects to take Adebayo out with his 2 fouls with 1:36 left.
So Iguodala and Crowder are their 2 biggest players out there. Ball deflected, still loose. Butler comes up with it. Nice steal for Caldwell Pope. He's a little shaken up and slow to come up the floor. James up top to Kuzma. Fake strides, gets inside, finds Davis for the slam. Anthony Davis, 16 points. And this is the largest lead of the half for the Lakers.
Great read by Kuzma.
Yeah, and really, the Heat have no interior basket protection right now.
It's been a 26-point turnaround. Miami had the 13-point lead earlier. And the Lakers have turned it on. Shooting a 57% from the field with 11 three-pointers. in the paint, stops left-handed, back shot won't go, gets his own rebound, head fake, powers up, banker won't go, but he's fouled. Some words exchanged as James will head to the free throw line.
Pwede na ba kumuha?
Alam ko meron ng parang test nun dati.
You know, in the past, last year, Kuzma was just thinking score all the time. Now he's become a much better playmaker and unselfish on the basketball floor. Drives the lane, the defense collapse. You've done your job. Get rid of the basketball, drops it off to Davis. He does the rest.
Well, 2 free throws for James, who watched the finals on TV last year. The Lakers missed it, certainly after he injured himself. Said he watched it from his home and on vacation. And while coming up, the Oculus halftime, Maria Taylor, Jalen Rose, Jay Williams, and Paul Pierce will have their impressions on the first half of Game 1.
Halftime, magagayak na ako ng mga papeles.
He is coming off a great game in the clincher against Denver. Had 36 points, 16 rebounds, 10 assists, another playoff triple-double. Lakers perfect from the free throw line. Butler stops and lost it and grabs his left leg. Jimmy Butler is down and in pain. Inside pass, Davis throws it down. And Jimmy Butler hobbling as he gets up. The lead is ballooned now to 17. And Eric Spoelstra needs a timeout with 12 seconds remaining. And Butler's going to go right back, I'm certain, to the locker room. With just 12 seconds left.
I think I would have let the clock run and just take my last possession and save my timeout.
And just turned the ankle. No contact. Just planted it awkwardly.
Ang sinabi ko. Halftime ka ako, magpapapeles ako. Ay, magpiprint ako.
We'll be right back. As we wind down the first half here in Game 1. He's in some trouble right now.
Is that the shop's buyer into the shop is sponsored off on the shop for a
Jimmy Kill, he's back in the studio late night. He's got plenty to say tonight with guest Julie Bowen, Lamorne Morris, and a performance by My Morning Jacket. Jimmy Kimmel live, new late night coming up tonight. Meanwhile, Anthony Davis heading back to the locker room prior to the end of the half. We'll check on that.
A good sight for the Heat. Jimmy Butler still in the ballgame.
Stays in for the final 12 seconds. Lakers do not have a foul to give. Shot clock is off. Tyler Hero pulls up. Elbow jumper is short. James gets it. James ahead to Kuzma, but he won't get it off in time. And that ends a terrific second quarter for the Lakers. A 30-point turnaround. They
Tuwa si Kuzma. Buhat na buhat.
First quarter, 11 three-point field goals made. A team that has been up and down from downtown. 2 quarters complete here in Game 1. Lakers by 17.
You know why America loves a crime story? Because America is a crime story.